everyone. So, as requested, we have this beautiful angel flowers, and I'm going to show you how to make them the easiest way possible. Okay, so you will be able to do it in a salon, and this is really important. So, I'm keeping this super simple, and I'm going to show you step by step how you can create them and achieve the look. So, let's start for the scheme because we need to have first the shape of the peony rose. Okay, this is quite important. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to make two in one, so make this full design. From my practicing and doing a lot of this, I know this is easier for the beginner because then you don't have the situation that you need to think where to place another leaf or another element or something. The space is filling up fast, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to first create our peony rose and roughly in this spot. That will be our first one, okay? And this will be our second one. And the second one will be opposite. So we just talk in opposite direction, diagonal. Now, our first peony rose will have middle part in here. And then we create our petals. And here will be the second one. And second one will go opposite direction, okay? So the bigger leaves or bigger petals will go here. And then the bottom part. Okay, what you need to look for when creating the peony rose, and I think I've mentioned this in the previous design, okay, is the shape. The shape of our peony rose is roughly a rounded oval-ish, something like that, okay? This is really important. And now we created for ourselves somewhere here the spot, okay? This is our spot where all of our petals need to come, okay? So if opposite this spot and around two-thirds will be our middle part, okay? All our petals from the peony rose have this direction. You see? All of them have this direction. And then, of course, we have pieces that are rounded. And then we have outside petals, like outside our flower. And they all, you see, going towards this direction. This is our main spot, okay? We're not going to make completely as a one spot. We're going to make like a zone. If you think about this, this is our stress zone, okay? So we have our peony zone, the base zone, because the flower is big, okay? This is what we want to achieve. And in this zone, all of our petals are finishing. And this is our darkest part, as well as this part, okay? We're going to create some shaded, just a little bit, just to make sure we can create some nice layering, okay? And then around this, we're going to make our little petals everywhere. So here again, we'll have this our zone that will be really dark. Then we will do our shading inside. And then we just add a little extra here and there, shadowing, etc., etc., etc. So it's a lot of detailed work, okay, to create our design because we need to make all of these tiny petals here and there. But we all keep it roughly similar shape, okay? So our peony rose has the similar shape, so it is important that your end result, okay, when you're looking at the end result, you will see it, okay? You'll be like, okay, it's not exact thing. It is an abstract flower at the end of the day. During the training, girls call this angel flower, and I can really agree because it has lots of these white petals and in different colors looks amazing. So I will also show you different colors in here. We have it in the blue. Okay, and during the training, girls were doing this. So it's really, you know, it is like an angel flower and it is abstract flower, but still we need to keep some kind of shape that when the clients are look at it, they can recognize the flower and they can say, okay, this is the peony rose. It's gorgeous, it's blooming. This is what I want on my nails. So let's start with the practical part. Okay, let's start with the base, and I'm going to use the new Gel Polish Sunkissed, a really warm brown. I think this is why you all love this design, because it was nice and warm, very autumnal. And I'm going to start with applying 2 layers of these colors. Of course, you can use type of ombre and mix too. You can use any other shade. You can start on white. You can start on any type of color you wish or imagine that will match your set, match your client's nails. So it is quite important for you to practice this and create this with many different colors. Then your clients will see it, and your clients will be able to say to you, this is what I want. Because if you keep design only one and only on the one in the one color palette, remember, our clients cannot really imagine this design in different colors, so they don't have as much imagination as we do. So we need to help them, and we just show them different example. Plus, of course, by doing this, you will be able to practice, and then you will become faster and faster, and then doing this in salon will take you no time. So I'm applying second layer of my color of my Sunkissed. Okay, this one goes to the light for 30 seconds, and then I do not remove sticky layer or anything because I want to add a few bits. Okay, so my color is cured, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use my little foil. This is just golden, just the golden foil, and I will use the sticky layer. And remember, in the scheme, our first rose on top is just here in the corner, and the bottom one is here, and I'm just going to tap it a few times, just like that, just to add extra gold. Can be holographic, doesn't really matter. Our design will be kept in matte, so this will give us just a little bit mysterious look. So don't stress, just like diagonal, just like that. And we're going to add a little bit of the black shading. Okay, so before we start painting and applying our shading and middle part of our design, I just want to dissect this nail so you can see exactly, maybe not exactly, but roughly where to place the middle part, just to make sure it's easier for you then later to place your flower and your shape. So first thing first, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to place the line roughly in the middle. I'm just trying my best to be in the middle in here, and I will also have this nail horizontally, and I will also have these 2 parts as well. Okay, so if we can see that this middle part is roughly in here. Okay, so it's in a cross. So if you divide your nail into 8, so it will be 4 and then 4, you will see that our circle is roughly here. Okay, this is our circle, and this is how we spotted the thing. And then our zone is in here. The same on the other way around. We have our flower that is a little bit smaller, so top of our, not the bottom, but the top of our middle part is on the line. Okay, so we're keeping everything here, and then we have our zone that is lower. Now I just took the clear tip, okay, and just following this scheme, just close it. What I'm going to do, I will just pick up the brush and I will just pick up maybe liner gel black, so you will see the middle part. I'll first draw the middle part. So here it is. If I will just make just the points, okay, I don't need to draw the lines, I'll just draw the points. I can just wipe it. Okay, it's just for you, so you will see where you can create, how you can place your design. So here it is, our connection point with this cross, and here will be our middle part of our rose, roughly like that, and then our connection will follow here. Okay, and then the smaller one here on a connection was finishing, so it was just the top one. So here roughly is our connection point, and then our zone. Okay, so then in this case, if you divide your tip like this, you will be able to fit in 2 flowers, and both of the flowers will be fully visible. Of course, if you have the tiny nail and your tip is only half of it, then I would recommend you to use only 1 flower, because it's really fitting 2, that will be really difficult. Or you can just do just the top one, just a small one in a corner. Okay, but just for practice, this is the size of the normal color pops that we have. So on the color pops you should be able to fit in 2 flowers for practicing, but these are our starting points. So now, before we start painting and creating everything, of course we need some products, and we need some products on our paper palette. And what I'm going to use the liner gel black. I'll just place a little bit here. This will be a little bit added for my shading. This one I will use slightly for mixing with the color to make it darker, but not too much. Just tiny bit of the black one, because I need a little bit of shades. I will also use for my design the glass gel polishes. Of course, if you do not have glass, you just use normal gel polish mixed. I am in the UK, I can still use it, so I'm using this often, and I'm really looking forward for the new formula with the glass, because I think we should have it. So I have the amber, I have the brown. You can use your shades from the new collection and just mix it with the gel polish. As I said, because I do have it, I will just find it as a waste now not to use it, so I'm still using it. If you have something still in your salon in Europe and you didn't throw it away, of course you can use it for practicing as well on the tips. I think they're safe to use on the tips, so don't stress too much about this. And the last thing that I'm going to use will be my liner gel white, and this one I will use quite a bit. Okay, I'll use it for mixing, I will use it for the details, for finishing touches. I will use the liner gel white to create my angel flowers. Here I have used the burgundy brown and amber. I may use a little bit of pink, I think, maybe red, just to brighten up slightly my design. The pink will do, because I'll just mix it a little bit, not too much, okay, just tiny bit. We'll mix it. You can also use the red if you prefer to have it a little bit darker. You can also use the yellow. The yellow is absolutely fine to use as well, because you may want to add some lightness into your design. So with this one, you just play a little bit with the color. Try not to make just the one color, not to use the one color, because that will make your design really boring. And what I'm going to use for this design a lot is the Extrema Top Gel. And not only to use it between the layers, but also to mix it with my liner gel white, and clean my brush for later, etc. But you will see it all. So let's start painting.